On this day in history, November 1st.
Michelangelo's frescoed ceiling of the Sistine Chapel was exhibited to the public for the first time on November 1, 1512. This masterpiece, commissioned by Pope Julius II, took 4 years to complete and features biblical scenes, most famously the creation of Adam. The work transformed Renaissance art, showcasing Michelangelo's skills in anatomy, perspective, and emotion.
Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer sailing for Spain, became the first European to navigate the strait now bearing his name on November 1, 1520. The Strait of Magellan lies at the southern tip of South America and connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Magellan's discovery was pivotal for European navigation, marking a key step in the first circumnavigation of the globe.
William Shakespeare's tragic play Othello premiered at Whitehall Palace in London on November 1, 1604. The story, centered on jealousy, betrayal, and revenge, would become one of Shakespeare's most enduring works. Its first performance likely captivated the royal court, showcasing the powerful themes and complex characterizations that marked the playwright's work.
John Adams became the first U.S. president to live in the Executive Mansion, later known as the White House, on November 1, 1800. This milestone established the mansion as the official presidential residence. Adams only resided there for a few months before Thomas Jefferson's inauguration.
The Boston Female Medical School, the first medical school for women in the United States, opened on November 1, 1848 in Boston, Massachusetts. This pioneering institution offered women opportunities to formally study medicine. It later merged with the Boston University School of Medicine, helping to advance women in the medical field.
The United States Weather Bureau issued its first official meteorological forecast on November 1, 1870. Later known as the National Weather Service, this agency began providing weather predictions that proved crucial for public safety and planning. This forecast marked the beginning of systematic weather prediction in the U.S.
The Battle of Bembisi, a decisive engagement in the First Matabele War, was fought on November 1, 1893. British forces emerged victorious over the Ndebele people, establishing British control over the Matabele region. The battle played a significant role in shaping British colonial influence in southern Africa.
Nicholas II ascended the Russian throne following the death of his father, Alexander III, on November 1, 1894. His rule would mark the end of the 300-year Romanov dynasty as he became the last Tsar of Russia. His reign was defined by internal strife and eventually the 1917 revolution.
A photograph of a woman's bare breasts appeared in National Geographic magazine for the first time on November 1, 1896. This culturally contextual image sparked discussions about representation and journalistic ethics. National Geographic would continue to explore global cultures, often through groundbreaking and diverse photography.
The first dedicated Library of Congress building opened its doors to the public on November 1, 1897. Before this, the library had been housed within the U.S. Capitol building. This expansion allowed the library to vastly grow its collections, making it one of the largest libraries in the world.
Juventus Football Club, one of Italy's most successful soccer clubs, was founded by students from Liceo Classico Massimo d'Azeglio in Turin on November 1, 1897. The club, established by a group of students, would go on to achieve numerous championships. Its founding marked the beginning of a legacy in Italian and European soccer.
Italian aviator Giulio Gavati carried out the world's first aerial combat bombing mission on November 1, 1911, over Libya. During the Italo-Turkish War, Gavati dropped small bombs from a plane, marking the advent of air power in warfare. This mission demonstrated the strategic potential of aviation in military conflicts.
The Battle of Coronel, a naval clash between the British Royal Navy and German forces, occurred off the coast of Chile on November 1, 1914. The British lost 2 cruisers, HMS Good Hope and HMS Monmouth, marking a significant early German victory in the Pacific. This battle was a pivotal engagement in the early naval theater of World War I.
Italian officers sank the Austro-Hungarian battleship SMS Viribus Unitas using a manned torpedo on November 1, 1918. This bold mission in Pula's harbor highlighted the innovations in naval tactics during World War I. It marked a significant event in the history of submarine warfare.
The deadliest crash in the history of the New York City subway occurred in Brooklyn, New York City, on November 1, 1918. A Brooklyn rapid transit train derailed under Malbone Street, resulting in over 100 fatalities. This disaster highlighted the need for increased safety measures and regulations in urban transit.
Turkey formally adopted Latin alphabet, replacing the Arabic script on November 1, 1928. Part of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk's modernization efforts, the reform aimed to boost literacy rates and align Turkey more closely with the West. This change was a key part of Turkey's cultural transformation.
The famed racehorse Seabiscuit achieved a stunning victory over War Admiral in a match race on November 1, 1938. Known as the Match of the Century, this unexpected win captivated the nation during the Great Depression. Seabiscuit's victory became a symbol of perseverance and hope.
Photographer Ansel Adams captured his iconic photograph, Moonrise, Hernandez, New Mexico, on November 1, 1941. The image, showing a striking moonrise over a small town, would become one of the most celebrated photographs in American history. Adams' work greatly influenced both art and conservation.
North Korea's official newspaper, Rodong Sinmun, published its first issue under the name Chongro on November 1, 1945. The publication became a vital tool for government communication and propaganda. It remains one of the primary state-run newspapers in North Korea.
Operation Buster Jangle saw thousands of U.S. soldiers exposed to atomic bomb tests in Nevada on November 1, 1951. The Desert Rock tests were intended to prepare military personnel for nuclear warfare. However, the operation raised significant health and ethical concerns due to radiation exposure.
The United States established a military assistance advisory group in South Vietnam on November 1, 1955. This move marked the beginning of the U.S.'s formal involvement in the Vietnam conflict. It was a response to Cold War tensions and the perceived spread of communism in Southeast Asia.
The Mackinac Bridge, connecting Michigan's upper and lower peninsulas, opened to traffic on November 1, 1957. At the time, it was the world's longest suspension bridge between anchorages, an engineering marvel. The bridge greatly improved transportation and economic integration within Michigan.
The Arecibo Observatory, home to the largest radio telescope of its time, officially opened in Puerto Rico on November 1, 1963. This observatory contributed groundbreaking research in astronomy and atmospheric science. It would play a critical role in the discovery of phenomena like pulsars and exoplanets.
The Motion Picture Association of America introduced its first film rating system on November 1, 1968. The original ratings, -G, M, R, and X, offered guidance on film content for audiences. This system became a standard in the United States for evaluating and classifying movies.
Honda opened its first American car factory in Marysville, Ohio, on November 1, 1982, becoming the first Asian car maker to do so. The first car produced was a Honda Accord, marking a major milestone in global automotive production. Honda's success underscored the strength of Japanese manufacturing in the U.S. market.
British Rail Class 43 set a speed record of 238 kilometers per hour, the fastest for a fuel-powered rail vehicle, on November 1, 1987. This high-speed train demonstrated significant advancements in rail technology and energy efficiency. It highlighted the potential of efficient, fast rail travel.
The Maastricht Treaty took effect, officially establishing the European Union on November 1, 1993. This historic treaty unified member nations under shared economic, political, and social goals. It laid the groundwork for the euro and enhanced cooperation across Europe.
Thank you for exploring the past with us.
To keep the stories coming, hit like, subscribe, and share with those who seek knowledge.
Ring the bell to stay updated on all things historical.
More historical adventures await!